Who's ready for America's favorite wind turbine, Al Gore?
And melting the ice and raising the sea level.
He has raised his lunatic head out of a mushroom cave.
In 1954, the ice was predicted to be gone by 2004.
Spewing his hypocritical lunacy on us again.
That's the real problem we face. The climate crisis is a fossil fuel crisis in political.
There is not a fossil fuel crisis. It's Joe Biden turned off the spigot.
Because basically what he's saying is he is going to destroy the oil industry. Okay. Will you remember that, Texas? Will you remember that, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma?
Vice President Biden.
Not a crisis. Lots of fossil fuels. Lots to be had.
It would make absolutely no difference to the issue of climate change. You know why? Because the future of the climate is going to be decided in Asia and in Latin America by poor people who couldn't give a about saving the planet.
Luckily, more and more people are becoming aware of how high the stakes are.
How can you not become aware with the full-time marketing of the green movement in products from everywhere from Oreos to McDonald's to electric cars?
In 1972, it was predicted to be gone by 2000.
Even while Al Gore flies his private jet, every flight that Al Gore flies in his private jet creates more carbon pollution than you save by recycling for your entire life.
And causing these waves of climate refugees predicted to reach 1 billion in this century.
This guy does not believe what he's saying, or he's so delusional and self-righteous that he ought to be ignored anyways.
And by the way, I don't think that's primarily due to activists like me, although I think a lot of activists have done a good job, but Mother Nature is the most powerful communicator.
Greta Thunberg,
tomorrow and for the rest of eternity, hot!
Who 5 years ago said that in 5 years, the world would basically end and collapse because we wouldn't stop using fuel. She erased that tweet because every time these people make a prediction, they have to set the date back, whether if it's AOC or Al Gore, back in 2008 with an inconvenient truth.
In 2007, it was predicted to be gone by 2013.
The number of polar bears are wrong. What they said about the ice sheets didn't come true. Millionaires like Bill Gates buys oceanfront property, though they predicted it would be underwater. Obama buys a bay and oceanfront property at a resort, even though they claim that the oceans are going to rise. They don't believe it.
About the climate crisis. Has the weather been a little weird around here lately, by the way?
But not as weird as when an ice age carved the Grand Canyon out of ice.
It has in Tennessee. It was 86 degrees in Tennessee a few days ago in February.
Yeah, it's incredible to just watch even.
And you can do all the recycling you want. One volcano blows up, which is not caused by climate change, okay? One volcano, Mount St. Helens, blows up, spews more pollution in the earth than all of your air scrubbing, cleaning does for 2 decades. Because nature, like he said, has an amazing voice in this whole debate.
In 2013, they said it would be gone by 2014 or 2015.
It feels like, it's like, everybody has that little voice. If something is you're going to make a mistake or something, it's always a mistake to ignore that.
No, Al, crazy man, it is not always a mistake to ignore the little voices in your head. Al Gore's going crazy. Don't eat lead chips, Al. You'll hear the voices again. You're allowed to ignore them. I do. I ignore at least your little voices in your head.
Little voice. Well, if you're doing what feels right to you and the evidence around you suggests that it's really making some progress.
If it feels right to you, do it. This is just the 60s hashed over. You know who else did what felt right to him? Jeffrey Dahmer.
Because one of the tenets of wokeness is, of course, that your feelings matter more than the truth.
Then it's like, yeah, let's do some more of that. It's a privilege. It is an absolute privilege to have work that makes you feel that way.
Yeah.
Cannibals do what they feel is right to them. I'm happy he got up and got to speak just so I can sit here and make fun of him for 3 minutes. That's my happy little job that makes me feel good.
We have to act. We have to do more.
We don't have to do jack doodly squat. You can keep saying what I have to do. I don't have to. You're a neo-Marxist.
We've got momentum now. We've got legislation, tax credits, subsidies, etc. And more countries are getting on board. But it's still not enough.
Oh, it's never enough. It's never enough because you're so DAMN greedy. It's not enough. We got to do more.
Because the problem is still getting worse faster than we're deploying the solutions.
His system isn't working. The problems are growing faster than what they're doing.
Please, I'm here to recruit you, as I said. Please help. And there are ways everyone can help, particularly if you're an investor or in the business world. Business is going to play one of the key roles in solving this crisis.
But he wants him some business. Now suddenly the green movement loves them some business. When before businesses were woke, they're like evil businesses and banks. And now they're all run by Democrats. They're like, we love business, give them lots of breaks. Al Gore's a fraud. He's always been a fraud. All I do is my hobby is to laugh at him really hard. And I hope I helped you laugh at him too. I'm Doug in Exile.
In 2012, the final collapse of Arctic sea ice was predicted by 2016, according to Cambridge University polar expert Dr. Peter Wadhams. And then, in 2016, the deadline was extended again, this time to 2017.